Hi.
Hi, welcome back. Still to come, the exercise machine, which claims you can drop 2 dress sizes in 8 weeks, but it is quite a ride. But before that, Julian McMahon, who dropped in to see us a few days ago. Julian is, of course, the gorgeous Dr. Christian Troy, the ruthlessly ambitious plastic surgeon in the hit American TV show Nip Tuck. But right now, he's appearing opposite Sandra Bullock in a spooky new movie called Premonition, about a wife who wakes up one day to find her husband has died. The next day, he's still alive. So is she mad or having a weird premonition?
Surprise.
Oh, my God.
Oh. Mama said to give you extra hugs.
I love you more than anything in the whole wide world.
Mrs. Hanson?
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry to tell you this. Your husband was in a car accident. He died on the scene.
Tomorrow we should probably start thinking about funeral arrangements.
Mom, I'm not ready for that.
Nobody's ready for anything like this, honey.
What?
Well, it's nice to see you, Julian.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Hi.
I feel like he wants to turn. Hello. What are you doing here? Why are you annoying me in the shower? Leave me alone.
But is his... I mean...
I play a dead guy.
The whole point, yeah, you play a dead guy, but is he really dead? That's the thing. I mean, is she having a premonition, or is she having nightmares, or is it real, or what? That's the premise of the film, isn't it?
It's kind of the premise of the film. I mean, I kind of felt like I never really worked out what it was, to be honest. I mean, I've seen the film a couple of times, and I read the script, obviously, millions of times, but I don't really know the result of that. But what I do know is that, you know, after getting the script and knowing that Sandy was in the movie, and obviously that's a great attraction.
You mean Sandra Bullock?
Yes. Sorry, Sandra.
Right, yeah.
Sorry, Sandra Bullock.
She's lovely, though, isn't she?
She is
She's
lovely.
really nice to work, yeah.
Which is a great attraction to be in a movie. But I actually, you know, read the script, and to me, it was a very touching kind of script, and it was something actually more than just a psychological thriller or drama, which is kind of what we're touting it as. It's kind of a love story with these 2 people who've been married for years and, you know, are raising 2 beautiful children and living under the same roof in the same bed together, but haven't communicated in a number of years. And that, to me, is kind of more what the story's about, as opposed to this premonition type thing. Although that's what it is. It's all about, you know, things that happen in your life and the ability to maybe see into the future or live in the future and come back and maybe make different choices.
I wonder if she doesn't actually go insane, really, because she seems to be flipping from one world to the other. You know, one minute he's alive, they're in love, she can hold him, she can talk to him. The next, as we saw there, she's preparing for his funeral, you know. There's an element of insanity to this, isn't there? She's flipping
Absolutely, and I think that's what we go through, this whole kind of insanity part inside the movie.
Yeah.
And I think that is part and parcel of her really kind of going out of control, and like you say.
Can you imagine filming it? You kind of wouldn't be... I mean, you'd be dead one day and alive the next, and...
You know what, I kind of had to put I had to rip my script apart and kind of put all my days in one order and just say, I'm alive, and this is me, you know what I mean? The dead bits I don't even care about, but, you know, I just kind of had to put things in my own chronological order.
Yeah.
And then we had a big, like, calendar on the set as well, so we kind of worked out where... I mean, obviously it was harder for Sandy, because she was kind of in every frame of the movie, so it's a little bit more difficult for her, but...
Yeah. And also, the guy you're playing is a sort of very nice family man, which is very different from the guy you play in Nip Tuck.
Well, he's a nice family man.
With issues.
He's not nice.
It's just in a very different way. Yeah, you know, I mean, you know, look, as an actor, you always look for the opportunity to play something different, you know, and, you know, so I love playing the Nip Tuck character. I mean, it's a great character, and I feel
great show.
Blessed to have been with that show from the beginning. But, you know, yeah, I mean, this was very much about playing a normal person. You know, this is kind of...
In an abnormal universe.
Yeah, very much so. But the abnormal universe is hers. You know what I mean? It's not mine.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm still living day to day like a normal guy. Like, you know, Monday I get up and I get in the shower and I go have breakfast and go to work. Tuesday, blah, blah, you know what I mean? Everything's normal for me. Everything's out of order for her, hence the insanity.
Listen, let's go back to Nip Tuck, because it is a great show. And we've got a clip from an episode which hasn't actually aired over here yet. Okay. So you can tell us what it's all about. But Christian Troy is being really horrible.
What are you doing, Dr. Troy?
It's my baby, I know it. I just need proof. This is a very sensitive procedure. I'd hate to see Kimber flinch.
I'm gonna tell her when she gets out of here.
You can do whatever the hell you want. I don't give a damn. Look, Kimber and that baby are the only thing in my life that you can't take.
Don't be so naive, Matt. That baby belongs to me, and I plan on proving it.
What the hell's that?
This is DNA taken from your wife's uterus. This will show us who the real daddy is.
Wait a minute, and she gave you permission to take that?
No.
As if. Go on.
Why would she? That's almost embarrassing.
Well, that's my future episode we haven't seen here yet, so just give us a
Okay,
quick
well, what
summary.
happens is Kimber gets pregnant.
Right.
And Christian, who's a little self-obsessed, I think if you know the character at all, he believes that nobody else would make love to her except for him, even though they've been broken up for quite a period of time. And she's actually married to my son.
Right.
Kinky show. And I don't know.
So we're back to insanity.
You know,
again,
it's hard
aren't
to
we?
even explain it, but it's so funny because I remember shooting that scene, you know, and he goes out to Matt and he's got the embryo, part of the embryo inside this like little whatever it is. And the director was like, I want this to be really intense, and because you're being really mean here. I was like, no, we should play it the other way, where he just thinks that that's normal.
It's cool. Doesn't everyone?
I got it all under control. Don't worry. Your wife is holding my child. So it was just, I don't know. That show is so out of control. It's hard to explain.
Let's talk a little bit about you. We talked about your work, but your dad was the Australian Prime Minister. Mm-hmm. What was that like, growing up under that kind of hothouse environment? I mean, for example, we had Ewan Blair, who's one of the children of the Blairs here, who did a typical sort of teenage thing years ago. He finishes his main exams, got a bit drunk, fell over, had to be picked up, and all the rest of it. And it made all the front pages. Did you feel under that kind of scrutiny?
Well, I was 3, so I never got that drunk. Maybe a little tipsy, but...
But afterwards...
No,
as
I
you grew
get
up,
you.
know what I mean?
I think inevitably it's probably why I moved away.
What made you go to America in the end?
At the time it was just kind of... I was always kind of a rebellious kind of kid, and I just kind of wanted to get away and do my own thing,
Yeah.
There was a little bit of pressure in regards to what I should and shouldn't be doing at home, and, from my family and all that kind of stuff, and I kind of just wanted to get away with it.
You should be doing.
Kind of, yeah. Growing up, the Prime Minister's son is kind of specific avenue you should probably take in regards to the careers and the choices that you make, and I didn't want to make any of those choices at that point in time. At the time, it was probably pure arrogance and some stupidity along the way as well. But in hindsight, I look back at it and think, I wouldn't be here if I didn't,
Yeah, okay.
So, and, probably just the need to get out and express yourself on your own.
And what about your accent? Because obviously when you got to the States, you spoke with a good old Bonzer Australian accent. I mean, did you have to work at losing that, or did it just rub off you, and did you pick up the...
No, I
idioms
worked very hard.
What, with the elocution coach and stuff?
Yeah, well, I studied dialect. I was actually fascinated in dialect, so I studied dialect for quite a few years. But I also did things like, when I first got there, I started auditioning, and everybody, anytime I had the hint of Australian, it was like, oh, no, we don't want you, we don't want you.
Really?
So it was just very difficult. So what I decided to do was, I did kind of a task for myself when I was doing the soap in New York, and that was from 9 to 5 every day. I'd speak with an American accent, so kind of give myself like a job, because it's kind of intimidating losing your accent, and I felt like if I kind of gave myself that time block, and I did all those normal things, like went to the grocery store or spoke to somebody on the phone. The hardest thing was actually calling, speaking to your family and friends on the telephone with an American accent.
It must actually loosen your grip on your identity to a certain extent.
Very much so. I couldn't agree more. And, people don't really understand what that's like until you actually go and do it. Because, I was a walking, talking Aussie. And I was proud of it, too. And as you said, you kind of just, you have to lose that.
We've got a clip of Home and Away, because we couldn't resist it.
Thank you.
Finish where you started.
Yeah. You're getting married to Carly.
This is 1990. A long time ago.
Hey,
You a little Carly?
hey, I wasn't even around then.
A little Carly getting up the aisle?
And God bless her.
And here
She's
she
such
comes on a father's arm.
With the authority vested in me, I pronounce you husband and wife. And now you may lift the veil and kiss your wife.
didn't have a lot to say.
I love her. Yeah, probably best to keep that out. Yeah, she was just, and such a talented girl too. But you know what's weird? Like, I haven't seen that. That's been how many years ago? Let's not even go there.
17 years ago.
17 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't even feel that old. But and then now I can remember exactly where we were, exactly when we were shooting it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Although it doesn't look like me anymore.
You've got a well, it does actually. You've got a kind of quite a Cary Grant thing there, I think, going on.
Well, I'm going to take that as a huge compliment.
Cary Grant, sort of the tall, broad-shouldered, chiseled face.
Well, thank you.
An ageless quality.
Oh, there you go.
Well, listen, it's great.
I'm coming back.
Well, listen, I'll have a premonition about that. Good luck with Premonition. I hope
Thanks
it goes very
very
well
much.
for you.
Thank you so much.
Give a laugh to
Thank you,
Sandra
Julie.
Bullock when you next see her.
I will, definitely.
Have a good time. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for having me.
Nice guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a really nice
easy
guy.
going. Nice guy.
And he does look a bit like Cary Grant.
He does. No, that was a very good comparison. He does. Well, listen, Premonition.